Well, let's see if we get the whole history of this. Remember, it was Blackstone and Goldman Sachs that were involved in the subprime crisis. They fraudulently made loans. They fraudulently sold repackaged loans to their own customers. They fraudulently made bets against their own customers after fraudulently selling them the fraudulently packaged mortgages that was condoned by the fraudulent regulators in the U.S. The subsequent subprime crisis forced millions out into the street during the foreclosure crisis, which was, by the way, aided by fraudulently overlooking foreclosure laws. This, in turn, created a housing bust where the folks like Goldman and Blackstone moved in to buy these properties for pennies on the dollar. Now, flash forward 5 years, and they have stopped buying these properties because the easy money is no longer on the table. They're tired of being slumlords, so they're going to walk away from these properties as any slumlord would do, and the housing crisis will once again resume, and a lot of people will once again be thrown out of their homes, and once again the economy will be undermined by the fraud perpetrated by the same actors who are never told to stop committing the fraud, and there's no deterrent to committing the fraud, and they pay a small civil fine, which is nowhere near the profit that they make committing the fraud.
They were all betting on appreciation in the price of the properties because you're not making any money. Blackstone's not making any money on actually renting them out. Because
yeah, let me jump in there for a second, because you're saying they're all betting on the appreciation of the prices that they themselves are engineering by all the free money they get from the central bank who is involved in this fraud. So you have a circle of fraud, 360 degrees of fraud, a daisy chain of fraud. You have Barack Obama, Eric Holder, Lloyd Blankfein, Jamie Dimon connected in the circle and daisy chain of fraud. You don't know, put tab A into slot B, into tab A, into slot B. It looks like Caligula on a bad day. It looks like the worst porno movie you've ever seen, where financial fraud is being stuck into every frickin' orifice you could possibly imagine, and they're spewing quantitative easing. It's like KY jelly to keep this orgy of fraud going until such time as somebody like Goldman Sachs says, oh, wait a minute, guess what? We just discovered we have herpes. And then the whole daisy chain breaks apart. Or Jamie Dimon says, oh my goodness, I've got craps. Then this whole daisy chain of fraud breaks apart, and you have a crash. And then the quantitative easing continues, and the whole thing starts up again.